in terms of his growth and development and his maturity. You can kind of hear it. A lot of things flushed out onto Butterfly, but Overly Dedicated is so good to me, man. That was a special place in my heart. It's so good. Like, yeah, it's just like you can see the superstardom just
Good Kid,
right
Mad
there,
City
bro.
at 4 though?
Yeah, you are watching another episode.
You are watching UBN.
You Black Nigga Network.
See, you follow suit. You know what's up.
But you're now watching another episode of The Rundown. I'm your host, Feefo 24/7. We got everybody here. Mine is Beezy 430. That man worked hard, man. So he had a bounce. Couldn't be here for the entire shoot. But Beezy, we love you. We love you, bro. So we love Beezy. And we are going to the Midwest. We are going to the Midwest. In lieu of Beezy, since Beezy 430, Detroit player ain't here.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? We're going to Gary, Indiana.
Damn.
All of a sudden, Freddie has not been in the news. That didn't have anything to do outside of his baby moms. And Benny the Butcher taking picture with his baby moms and stuff, you know what I'm saying?
Damn.
But Freddie is back in the music.
Just shade rooming right
Hey, I'm just saying, bro. Hey, I don't know if you've been seeing it. It should have been kind of crazy. But Freddie Gibbs is back in the news because of music and not because of his personal life, even though he addresses his personal life in the verse. Yeezy was, I don't know where the hell he was, but he was debuting some music, playing some new joints off of his and Ty Dolla $ign's new album. And Freddie Gibbs made an appearance and had a very dope verse. Do you guys agree with the dope verse? Because some people are saying, or the Twitter sphere is saying, that it could be verse of the year.
I don't listen to Twitter.
Rest of the year, but they better talk to Don Bean about this shit.
Hey, that's another conversation for another day. But how did y'all feel about Freddie's verse? Did y'all like
It was
it?
all right. I mean, when I see verse of the year, I'm gonna put it on. I'm ready to be impressed.
Take that out. Take the verse of the year out.
Damn.
Then what then what are we doing?
Was it a hot ass verse? Was
a
it
good
dope?
verse.
Was it good to hear Freddie Gibbs back in the music? And then on top of that, on Kanye production.
It's still fine. Yeah, it was still. I wasn't like. I was like, okay.
Just another Freddie verse.
Mm-hmm.
All right, how y'all feel?
It was a really good verse.
Okay.
It was a really good verse. Like, you know, you start adding verse of the year and all that shit. That's that Twitter shit. But nah, man, it was a really solid.
Yes.
He talked about a lot of shit. He packed
did.
a lot in that verse. So yeah, I liked it. I was like, damn. I don't know if I'm crazy about the beat though, but I think he flowed on the beat though. Like it's a really good verse, bro.
Yeah.
But I like Freddie though. I like
fuck with
Freddie and
Freddie
how
too.
Freddie flows. So
Yes.
it was good. Yeah, and I'm like, is this the first time he featured on Kanye?
Yes. This is the first time that they
So I like that for
collaborated.
Freddie because it
Yep.
puts more eyes on him. So
Yes.
he knew he understood the assignment. You know, he's like, you know, this is my opportunity to get more eyes on me. And
He
Yeah.
definitely gonna kill it.
And I'm glad that you touched on that because I was going to as well, where it just seems Freddie is leveling up. Every time Freddie kind of goes into hibernation, he comes back. He, you know, when that happened, he came back with The Alchemist and all of a sudden he was Grammy nominated. He went away for a little bit. Now he's back with Kanye. You know, there's still some
And
controversy
turn into
there.
a
But
Nazi.
Mike Seaton, how did you feel about the verse?
I thought it was a really good verse. I wish it was on somebody else's beat.
I got you.
But yeah, I like the verse. I'm with y'all. The verse of the year shit is stupid. I mean, who even listens to rap in that way where you can be like, oh, this is the best verse to come out the entire year? I don't know. That's just, especially for a song that we're not even really hearing the finished version of it.
Yeah.
But no, Freddie definitely showed up to rap his ass off.
He
He
did.
did it. It was even like a different flow than I'm used to.
It was.
Like he
It
did a
was.
good job.
It was.
I feel bad for anybody else that's on that song at this point because they're not on that song.
And again, that's the only little excerpt that I had that I could find. So I don't know if Kanye raps on that, Ty Dolla $ign sings on that.
I thought Kodak was also on that song. Is that a different song?
it may be a different song.
Because there was
I'm-
also him in the back and he was doing some weird shit.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I just know that's the Kodak dance. I just know that this album and this whole situation with Kanye doesn't come without controversy. So in addition to having a dope ass Freddie Gibbs verse, the artwork used for the album is a piece from the 1830s by landscape painter Caspar David Frederick, who is also known as one of Adolf Hitler's favorite artists, whose work was used to promote Nazi ideology back in the 1930s and 40s.
The album cover is extremely similar to the album cover for, I won't say his name or the project's name, but it's a white power black metal project. And even the font that he used is the same font. It's in the same place. It could be a coincidence. It could absolutely be a coincidence, but it looks very similar to the album cover by a black metal project that is one of the most popular black metal projects ever. So I think he probably did it on purpose.
I feel like
So-
Kanye doesn't leave things like that up to chance. I think he's doing it on purpose.
Because I mean, the artwork that he has, that wasn't a direct painting from that Nazi guy, right?
yeah,
That's
that-
Yeah,
that's
no,
what I'm
no,
asking.
yeah.
That's what I'm asking.
It's
Gotcha.
not like, you know, copy paste, but
Right,
it's
right.
like, hey, remake this like 97%.
It was like, oh,
what
this
it looks
Nazi
like.
guy looks
Yeah.
cool. With this artwork looks cool. Let me, mirror it somehow. I wonder what Ty Dolla $ign have to say about
Ty
that.
Dolla $ign's probably just like, give me
Life.
a dollar. Like, I don't think anybody at this point cares.
Don't seem like Freddie cared because he was up there just rapping
Jamming
his ass off. Yeah, man. Well, yeah. So at this point, is Kanye trolling, bro?
I don't think so. And if this is true, if this is what he's doing, I'm tapping out on Kanye as well. Because I think this is getting ridiculous.
Right.
Because I mean, trolling is one thing, but trolling with like a Nazi edge is kind of like, I mean, the slavery is a choice shit. I could write that off as him just being stupid and saying something very uneducated. This, it seems intentional. So I don't know.
Right. Yeah. That's why because when I saw this, I'm like, why? Like, are you just leaning into this Nazi stuff? Are you just going through a period where you want to look at all of these artistic endeavors, or are you consumed with whatever was going on in that period? Or are you like, all right, well, since y'all want to say that about me, how about I'm going to just do this and put this out here and see what y'all have to say?
I think either one of those answers is enough of an issue for me to be like, all right, I'm done. It's just like your music is no one's music is good enough to deal with this, but the fact that people think his music is good enough to be like, oh, he can play with Nazi ideologies and do all this stuff and it's still cool because it's Kanye. It's just like, nah, dude.
Yeah, it's
No.
it's just weird. Like this is where you want to get your creativity from, your creative expression, and use that in artwork and in music. I don't know, bro. I won't say dragging everybody else along with it because they're choosing to do this, but it's Kanye, so. If you're Ty Dolla $ign, if you're Freddie Gibbs, you be like, all right, shit, that's a look for
Kanye,
me.
for some people, is a come up. Ty Dolla $ign has been, kind of in the mid tier type of space. This is a come up. Kanye's name still holds a lot of weight. For Freddie, is definitely a come up. So I understand why artists still go and flock to it, but in terms of the masses,
But would they receive backlash
Right.
for being associated with?
And if
with
they
Kanye?
do, I don't feel bad for them because it's not
I
like this is
100%
new.
agree.
He's been doing this for a while. Y'all can't play pretend and act like,
100%.
oh, really? I didn't know he was saying things about
Right.
Jews. I didn't know he was saying
Everybody
things
do.
about black folks. I didn't know he was hanging out with Nazis. Y'all knew this shit.
100%.
Right now, they making a choice.
How does it look like the Nazi cover again?
Look at the composition and look where the logo is. So pull up the Kanye one.
Oh, yeah, I got it.
This is the Nazi.
This is the one.
Yes. So look at the composition and then look at the logo. Now it could be a coincidence. I'm not yet willing to be like, oh, he's definitely doing this on purpose, 100%.
Yeah, for me
But-
that's a bit of a stretch for me. But I mean, obviously, this is my first time seeing it. You probably have some people analyzing it way deeper than I am, and trying to, and probably came to the conclusion after studying in detail or whatever. But for me, off what I just saw that Myke showed me, I don't know. But I could see Kanye actually playing into it, like, because he's always said, I don't want to be controlled. Like, I don't want you to tell me what I can and can't do. So I think this is just more of that. I think this is just more of him pushing back on what he feels like you're not going to control me or whatever. So
Gotcha.
I think that's pretty much what he's doing.
I'm really, really, really surprised you think this is a stretch. Like this is extremely similar, dude.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's not even. It's like this is sepia. That's straight.
It's
black
not
and white.
about the sepia. It's not about the color. Like I said, it's the composition.
The composition to me don't seem because one the composition now is a tree, right?
It was a tree, and there's a person in the background.
Is it a person in the background?
Yes. And
Let me
then
see it one more
and
time.
then his. And again, look at the logo. Look at the font. It's extremely.
I said that. I said the logo on the front. The logo on the front, I agree, absolutely. But yeah, so the logo
where
on
it
the front
is, the thing that's off center. It's. I don't think it's a stretch, bro.
At least it was definitely inspired by, at the very least.
He's been known to be wearing like black metal shirts, so it's not like he's completely unfamiliar with that stuff.
But even if it is that, I think this is him doing that whole thing again, like where he's just trying to like push, like you can't control me.
If that's what he's doing, then he can eat shit and choke.
yeah.
I'm
We'll see.
Absolutely done with
We'll
him.
definitely see. I know somebody that is definitely not trying to be controlled, and that is John Mcenroe. I don't know if you guys have seen the leak, but this collaboration between John Mcenroe and Travis Scott and Nike. If you didn't know who John Mcenroe was, I want to say in the 80s and 90s, he was a very dominant tennis player.
You want to say?
I want to say. Well, shit, nigga, I was born in the 80s, bro. I didn't watch him. I didn't watch him.
Yeah,
but obviously, if Nike gives an athlete their own shoe, you were extremely dominant.
He was
'Cause
very
there's-
iconic.
Yes, because there's only a handful of
No, I'm saying he
athletes.
was very iconic.
No,
I'm
I know.
okay, all right, yeah.
Because there's only a handful of athletes ever to have their own Nike imprint. So obviously John McEnroe was the guy at some point in time. Now to bring back the guy, because as you can see, he's a little older. They
He
wanted
actually
to
looked
do,
like that back in the day.
Oh, did he?
He still looks like the same guy.
you know, Nike has a long withstanding partnership with Travis Scott through his imprint called Cactus Jack. Now, where the conflict happened is where John McEnroe wants to call it the Cactus Mac.
Damn it, Travis. Jenny's right. Okay, let's have a bit of a compromise here. Her suggestion is to do a Cactus Mac thing for this one shoe instead of Cactus Jack. Okay, let's.
But John, like, I mean, somebody on here got correct me if I'm wrong, but this is my first time even hearing about this. Like, Cactus Mac was never a thing. Like, somebody.
Come on, man. Show a little respect. This is my shoe.
I mean, I'm not really like feeling it. It's like something about it just feel a little off.
Travis Scott had to put his foot down and basically let John McEnroe know, hey, look, bro, I do this. I know what the kids want, and my brand and my imprint is going to take you over the top. However, John McEnroe didn't see it that way. So they was going back and forth on this leak Zoom call. And then it looks like going forward, there was a plaque of John McEnroe that Travis Scott also vandalized. So I'm not 100% sure if this is for publicity or this is actually something. Because I do know a Nike employee, and that Nike employee was telling me that this is very frowned upon.
What's frowned upon?
Leaking a corporate Zoom call,
yeah.
especially with two big names like that.
Yes,
So
that's crazy.
how do y'all feel about the entire situation? Because when I saw this, I was like, that's crazy, and somebody's gonna get fired.
You have been up on this release?
What, on the John McEnroe joint?
Nah. I thought they were dope. I almost bought, because this isn't the first time. Like, this has been out for a while. Like this shoe right here. I thought it was a really dope shoe. Actually, I don't know, man. I kind of agree with John McEnroe, man. Call this shit Cactus Jack, man.
No.
Man, it's a collaboration.
I understand, but the collaboration is with Travis Scott's imprint, which is
I
Cactus
get you,
Jack.
but this man is an iconic tennis player,
and he has the shoe, and now we're gonna throw some Cactus Jack magic on it.
An actual athlete that wore the shoe, and a guy that's a rapper that has this Cactus Jack name comes into and tries to put his imprint on it. Call that shit Cactus Mac, bro.
Nah,
Yeah, I'm with Rob.
Come on, bro.
I'm against the both of y'all.
Because
look, he
where
has
does John
Jordans.
McEnroe's part even fit in? Like
because it's the shoe, it's the silhouette. Because
I know, but doesn't that seem like a clever way to combine both of them?
I disagree because when you look at his collaborations with Jordan, we ain't call it the Cactus Air or the Air Cactus. You know what I'm saying? Like it stayed the Michael Jordan silhouette with the sprinkle of what Travis Scott did.
And
to
they were
the
just
shoe.
called the Cactus Jack
Yes.
shoes.
Like he had a pair of Jordan 1s, and I don't know if that had the Cactus Jack imprint on it, but the Jordan 6s did. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's like a brand within the brand. And why am I going to just change the brand when you already have the silhouette, bro? Like your reverence and your respect is given because you have the silhouette.
He has the silhouette and he's putting the Cactus Jack trademark backwards Nike sign on it. He's already doing all of the stuff that he typically does to shoes. Just call the shit the Cactus Jack, like the Cactus Mac, man. It's clever. It's really clever. I don't know a clever way you can do it with Jordan. The Cactus Mac shit makes sense.
Air Cactus.
No, that sounds whack as fuck.
It don't sound like
Air Jack.
It don't
Jack
sound
Air.
like Cactus Mac.
No.
Cactus Mac just works.
It
man.
works. It flows perfectly.
And what's the harm in it?
Yeah.
People still know it's his shoe.
Yeah.
Like I feel Travis because like that's his brand within Nike, so he wants it to stay the same regardless of wherever he decides which silhouette to touch on. So I feel where Travis Scott is coming from. Where do you feel, Cam?
The only thing I add is that I think when I looked at it, it felt like a publicity stunt. The video recording almost felt genuine, but for Travis to go that far to
Vandalize.
that seems like a lot. I don't even know why would he even risk doing something like that and ruining his reputation to I don't know. That just seems a little bit too much.
Yeah.
You know what? Speaking of tennis players, did I tell y'all I got into it with Martina Navratilova on Twitter?
What?
I'll have to tell y'all about that. Yeah, she said some racist ass shit to me and we got into it.
Really?
Oh,
And she got fucking blasted for it. I was trending.
happened?
This was weeks ago.
Oh, we have to hear this on It's the Mic still on, bro.
I was irritated. I let it go, but
You still got a tweet up?
Yeah, I didn't delete shit. She's the one. She blocked me because I told her she was a racist piece of shit, and everybody else did too.
But I know who else is a piece of shit.
Damn,
Um,
who a piece of shit, bro?
take that.
Did he? We been on that. What?
Yeah, he been on that, but you know what, man? It's only getting worse for Diddy. These 18 companies that have severed tied with Diddy, this is brand new as of 2 days ago from today.
Brand new. Damn, you on a roll today, bro. Damn, killing these hoes, Feefo.
I appreciate you, Mike.
Go ahead, man.
I remember in the conversation that we had prior to, we were talking about him stepping down from like Revolt and things like that, and that this was not gonna essentially hurt his money. I don't know about that. I think I might have to recant my previous statement and make a different business decision as to evaluating what's happening to Diddy. Because when you have 18 companies that back out of anything that has to do with you, and not only that, his current girlfriend, Young Miami, I think that, or something like that, right? Yeah, you know, I'm bad with names. She is now missing out on opportunities and
damn.
all of that type of stuff.
Oh, really?
Yes, because of her involvement with Diddy. So yeah, I just have to reevaluate. But I think the 18 businesses is bad, and I think it's to be expected.
That's pretty significant.
It is significant. His girlfriend,
Diddy is money, bro.
yes, his girlfriend losing opportunities. But I think the cherry on top, and I have to give this brother a lot of credit because he's always trolled, but he's never taken the troll as harder than he's doing
He's an
right
asshole.
now. 50 Cent has confirmed he is 100% doing the biopic, and he has receipts, and he said he not letting it go. Now, Diddy did respond and say, you know, why you trying to bring me down, brother? You
That's
know
all
what
he said.
Hey, those are my words, but that's the sentiment. That's the sentiment. Why you trying to, like, why you tearing us down?
Why we gotta be crowds in the mouth, bro?
You know
what are we doing here?
But I just
What I do
think,
to you?
know, I thought he could maybe come out of this, you know, with a couple of bumps and bruises. But I think this is gonna get way worse for him. What say y'all?
I don't think 50 should do it. I don't.
Why not?
Let somebody else do it.
What do you mean?
Why?
But who has the resources?
Everybody has the resources.
What do you mean everybody?
Like, anybody has the
can get the
resources. If 50's
resources.
not isolated and doing documentaries.
No, I'm not saying he's isolated and doing documentaries, but number one, he's close to the situation. Number two, he legit has a film production company.
He does. But forget what Diddy doing and everything that he's got going on. They are still allegations. We'll say that.
A lot of people talking though.
So I would say I would wait. I would wait
of
till he
people
actually gets
alligating.
convicted.
I know. Is it really an allegation anymore?
I would wait till he's
45
actually-
of
There's a
them.
lot of alligating going on.
It still is at the end of the day.
Well, he can call the shit
It
allegations.
still is. It still is.
Surviving
I would wait
Surviving
to
allegations.
I would wait to convict it before I do something, jump off the ledge like that. Personally,
Clearly, 50 doesn't like Diddy. So I don't.
So what? Like
That's
I'm not gonna tear down another black man just because I don't like him. I
he
can,
tore down
himself.
I can say he a piece of shit. I can say
But
down
R. Kelly
himself.
didn't go to. Was R. Kelly convicted when they did his documentary? I'm legit asking.
Was Bill Cosby
I think
convicted
so.
No, he
when they
wasn't
did a
convicted
Is
documentary?
there a documentary on him?
He wasn't
Bill Cosby?
convicted.
Yes.
I don't remember. I legit don't remember.
I thought we covered it.
But yeah, man, I don't know, man. I don't like how that tastes. I don't like how that tastes, man.
stop.
I don't like how that tastes.
Stop.
Y'all do? Y'all like that?
I'm not tasting
I would
nothing
never do that.
from Diddy, bro.
For real. At all.
I think that if you have not even a personal vendetta, but you know that this person has been extremely shady, other people, and you have seen it for your own eyes, and then this opportunity comes around, yeah, I'm going to expose you even further because I know the truth and I have the resource to expose you.
And
so
it's
why
50.
am I not? And it's 50.
This is all he does.
It sounds like the house nigga telling on the slave. That's what it's. That's what it feels like to me.
I don't know
Nah,
how.
that's
That's a
not
bad. No,
This is not that.
That's what it feels like to me. I
How?
don't like
How is
that.
50 a house nigga, but Puffy's a field nigga?
He's in trouble, or he's
Okay.
done something wrong, right?
Okay.
And technically, back then, the field nigga, like in the masses' eyes and in the house niggas' eyes, have done something wrong, right? And so he goes and tell the boss.
Oh Jesus, that's a terrible comparison.
You
man.
can say it's terrible, but that's how I feel. That's how I personally feel.
How?
I wouldn't do that. I personally wouldn't do that.
You can say, yeah, I wouldn't do that. That's not cool to tear another black man down. But to make it a house nigga, field nigga comparisons is icky. Especially when we're talking about
Let's tap
someone
into
like
it then.
50 Cent, and then we're talking about Diddy, who's had multiple allegations at this point of
Yeah, I think
rape
that's-
and sexual assault. I think comparing that to slave and nah.
Yeah, I
that's-
think
that's
that
a
was
bad-
off base.
Yeah.
And this is directly from Diddy. On December 6th, he went to social media and he posted on his Instagram, "Enough is enough. For the last couple of weeks, I have sat silently and watched people try to assassinate my character, destroy my reputation and my legacy. Sickening allegations have made against me by individuals looking for a quick payday. Let me be absolutely clear. I did not do any of the awful things alleged. I will fight for my name, my family, and for the truth." So, obviously I feel like this is a move that is necessary. Obviously, when you have so many negative things coming your way. And what the 50 thing is look, if there's no truth, then there'll be no receipts. And all of this stuff will be fabricated by 50 Cent, and 50 Cent will look bad in the end if this is not substantiated. So we shall see. I think only time will tell. Let's not jump, to any conclusions, but the fact of the matter is a lot of people are talking. And they have the same old song. Some other people that are talking, and I don't know if y'all knew this, but some podcast beef going on.
Is it really?
Some podcast beef going on. First and foremost, I want to start it off by saying shout out to Cam and Mace for making the top 10 of sports personalities.
Damn.
That is crazy. I forgot, what was it, Rolling Stone that made the list? I want to say it was Rolling Stone in one of those publications. They rated them, I think, number 6 or number 7. They were above Skip Bayless, which is crazy.
And they are raw.
Yes, they are extremely raw. If you don't know the podcast, it is what it is. And if you don't know the beef that I'm talking about, on their podcast, it is what it is. Cam and Mace was talking about way back in the 90s that they was at a whorehouse. You know what I'm saying? A brothel. You know what I'm saying? A place where you pay to have sexual encounters. Cam said he was underage at the time because it was early 90s. And they had sexual, escapades with some ladies there, and they took one home and this, that, and the third. Melissa Ford is a new character on the Joe Budden podcast, and she, during their filming, was insinuating that there could be underage women at this potential brothel / whorehouse or whatever you want to call it.
Okay.
Her podcast mates were like, hey, hey, you know, like, what are we doing here? Like, you don't know that to be fact. And you're kind of putting it out there, especially amongst all of the whirlwind of everybody saying, hey, allegedly this, that, and the third. You don't have the facts. I don't know if you should be saying that type of stuff. Cameron goes onto his IG Live to address what Melissa Ford was saying. And he said, hey, you know, I didn't even go all the way there with you. You know, you was a video vixen, and I know that you have done things SA for money with certain people that I know.
He was not saying it that polite.
I'm Feefo. I'm not Cameron Giles. I am not Cameron Giles.
His whole name.
Hey, he put it out there, Ken.
Okay.
He didn't say it that nice. I'm being nice for the people here. Then Joe Budden comes back and he's firing shots. And I found it a little interesting because you checked Melissa Ford during the podcast. Cam says something, and then now you're like defending Melissa, which I believe you should do, because if that's your homie and this, that, and the third. But I'm just kind of confused now where Joe Budden lies within all of this.
What's confusing?
Yeah, riding for the team, bro.
Well, it's not even just for me and riding for the team. He addressed the other shit that he was saying about, like, her being, you know, kind of
a video vixen
that
and all
stuff.
that.
Like he ain't go back on what he said about what she was saying. It was just for what I saw. I don't know if it's more to the story.
Yeah, you're spot on for what I saw too.
Okay, all right. So from what I saw, he was defending, like, yo, y'all stop with the whole, this is Melissa Ford at the end of the day, saying y'all liking other people's shit. Like, that's what he's talking about. And then also, you know, him coming at defamation of character and all of that. So yeah, I mean,
I don't look at this kind of shit. So when you sent the text, I tried to find as much as I could because I don't understand. The video that I saw didn't sound like she was saying that they were partaking in underage people at the whorehouse. It sounded like she was just saying, like, this is probably not a great time to be bragging about those types of stories, given all of the things that are coming out about those kind of places. And she's not wrong. Fucking sex trafficking in those kinds of places is very common. I never got and maybe I read it wrong, but I never got the impression that she was saying that Cameron and Mace were actually getting underage women.
I'm with you. Like, it sounded like her words were minced a little bit. And that's why I said I don't know for sure because I didn't see the whole thing. I didn't watch the whole podcast. So I don't know if she said it at some point. But no, you could tell she was kind of backtracking a little bit during the conversation or whatever. But and then she came out and apologized for it later or something.
Yeah, which is a smart thing to do, because if someone takes your words wrong, even if it's not the way you meant it, you don't want them to be angry or upset at you. So she just said, hey, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it that way. Her sentiments of, hey, there's a lot of underage sex trafficking going on in these brothels still stands, but maybe relating it to their story is where she fucked up.
Because they would have been underage. They said they were underage.
Cam said that he was underage
too. So,
yeah.
I mean, granted, it's still underage girls there. But you're adding on the sex trafficking part too. Why maybe they are underage there, you know, kind of adds to it. So
yeah, maybe they should have just talked this out, because it didn't sound like she was making accusations about them, just about the actual place that they were at.
It was very loose statements without any substantiated facts, and that's why her podcast mates were like, hey, are you sure this is where you want to go? This, that, and the third. I think at the end of the day, Cam is not going to back down. If you follow Cam as an artist, as a person, he's not gonna back down. He's a Harlem nigga through and through. And Joe Budden's not gonna back down, because, you know, he was talking about the defamation case, and he said, bro, I don't think your money that long to be able to, you know what I'm saying, take this all the way through court and do all of that type of stuff. So you already know that they're gonna take verbal shots at each other.
It's only defamation if she specifically said him, right? Wouldn't she have to say you were messing with underage women? Wouldn't she have to say that for it to be defamation?
I am not a lawyer. Yeah. But talking about law, Cameron is reportedly ordered to pay 5 figures after losing a lawsuit over using a picture of himself. Photographer, I can't really say the first name, so I'm gonna just say D. Cochran. I know it sounds crazy. I know it sounds crazy.
You should is real. You should is real story.
So D. Cochran filed a lawsuit back in April claiming that she photographed an iconic 2003 picture of Killer Cam in a pink fur coat with a hat and matching flip phone. Cochran sued the Dipset rapper earlier this year for using the photo for his clothing brand's merch without getting the proper rights to do so.
So the name is Cochran?
Shut up,
I'm
Ken.
asking.
He wants to know if you fuck with D. Cochran.
So allegedly, he and the Dipset couture ignored multiple infringement warnings and never responded to the lawsuit. Now Cochran is seeking $57,000 as part of the awarded default judgment plus $10,000 in legal fees. She about to get paid off about almost $70,000 for Cam using a picture.
He's not
of
the
himself.
first one. Do y'all remember it's somebody else this happened to? It was a pop star that there was a photographer that took a picture of them and they used it on something and they got sued. This was like maybe a few years back. It was like a big popular pop star.
Yeah, it's absolutely a thing.
Yeah.
Like, so when I take photos, like I can give out like licensing for it if I want to. I typically don't do it because I kind of think it's whack. I mean, that's going against the whole, photography world, and I'm sorry about that. But I particularly don't like that. I mean, I took the photo. It's yours. I mean, it's you.
Yeah, it's you.
Yeah.
It's like I don't. But people do put licenses on it. Like they give it to you for a year, and if you use it after that, they can charge you. Like I just don't do that.
If you were making hundreds of thousands off that, I wonder if your opinion might change.
It won't.
Because I'm with you. I do think it's kind of whack too.
Yeah.
Because they look at it like it's their art.
I know.
Because like if I drew a picture of you,
Yeah.
it's kind of the same thing.
It's kind of the same thing.
It is.
It absolutely is kind of the same.
Because it's
I'm a
art.
photographer. I captured you in a certain light.
Look, if you didn't need me, you could have fucking posted a selfie.
Yeah.
You need me.
Yeah, it's work. It's my work. But I just don't look at it like that. I just, for some reason, when it comes to photography, I just don't look at it like that. I just, I took a picture of you. Cool, you got it. But people ask me.
I'm with you, yeah.
They ask me, is this mine to keep? They actually
I
asked
asked
me
you,
that.
remember?
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. Because it's a thing.
Yeah, because it's very
it's
much
a
a thing.
I assume, and I'm very naive here in this space, but I would assume a picture of me is mine because the likeness is me.
I took the picture.
That's
As long
crazy.
as I think that the only difference is, I believe, is if you're in public and like you're at a public park and I snap a shot of you.
Yeah, that's
I don't
different.
think I can license that, right? I think you have to actually be in on
It
it.
has
Is
to
that
be
right?
a job. It has to be a
Has to be a
job that y'all
job.
agree to. Like, I'm going to take your
Right.
photos. This is the agreement. Whatever.
Otherwise, you could sue them
Yeah.
for using your likeness in something. I'm pretty sure.
How do you guys feel, man? Was the Freddie Gibbs verse dope? Do you feel the controversy of the Kanye West album cover? Is it controversial? I'm not sure. You let me know. Do you feel that the Travis Scott and the John McEnroe thing, is it a publicity stunt, or should a Nike employee get fired? Like, what's the severity there? Let me know how you feel. Also, is it gonna get any worse for Diddy? Has he hit rock bottom yet, or is this still a long way to go? And the podcast beef, It Is What It Is versus Joe Budden podcast. Whose side are you on? Does Cam have a leg to stand on? Does Melissa Ford, what she said, should have it been backed by Joe Budden and everybody? You know what I'm saying? And is your likeness your likeness? I don't know. Should you be able to get sued on that? I don't know, bro. I don't think you should. But what do you think? Hit us up on the comment section. Like, comment, subscribe, man. We out. Peace.